You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Married to Jonas After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Married to Jonas After Show.
Hello, Married to Jonas fans. It is a very bittersweet after show, as it is the season finale, Married to Jonas. Sniffle, Season 2. I'm your host, Cathy Kelley, and joining me tonight is Samantha Laich.
Hello, everyone.
And Danica Kennedy.
Hello.
How are you girls doing tonight?
I mean, we're trying to keep it together. It's been emotional, but I think we're doing all right.
It is emotional, but hopefully they'll be back. I think they will.
Yeah, I really hope that they're gonna.
We're not divorcing Jonas. We're still married.
They're
still married to Jonas.
They still need like baby with Jonas and all those things. So
all the stages of life.
So they have to come back.
Yes, I'm sure they will come back. It was a very, very short season, 6 episodes long. Crazy. We also have a very special guest in studio because this is a family show. We have my madre, Mama Kay.
Well, I figured when we're talking about babies and things like that.
I'm your baby.
Mm-hmm. Mama Kay is in the studio.
She was cracking jokes right before we went on. A lot of them are not appropriate.
Incorrect jokes.
Yes.
Yeah, we shouldn't say that last one, I think.
Very mad at you.
I'm planning on behaving now.
Maybe we'll tweet it out later. So, tonight's episode, Joe's sex tape gets leaked. And Kevin can't find a bathroom to leak in.
Okay, we have to talk about the whole bathroom situation.
Yes. The episode tonight starts off with Kevin. He cannot find a bathroom to go pee in because
in his own house.
They are all being utilized. I mean, that is a big house. You have to have multiple bathrooms.
Do you think they have?
I would assume that they have like 5
Easily
to
5.
6.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
Easily 5.
That is a status symbol.
Yeah.
Number of bathrooms.
Yeah. And the first one is taken. Second one is taken. And he ends up having to go outside.
Yeah,
he takes the dogs out.
Yeah, everyone going to the bathroom just happens to be mic'd. Which I don't know.
And that was, I was like,
what if you need to fart?
That is
I mean, that's what I thought.
Yeah. That is the #1 rule. We just started filming a reality show, and the first thing they tell you is to mute your mics or take them off when you go to the bathroom.
You don't want that picked up.
No.
Can you imagine how many times that's forgotten about, though, and the footage that they get from that?
I have to admit that when I did local news in Des Moines, Iowa, I forgot to
Did you?
take off my mic a couple times.
Really?
Yeah, but they didn't tape it.
Well,
the editors probably had fun watching the footage.
I think they just sent me those tapes so that I could save them.
Blackmail?
Just in case
you have
no
more than
longer
enough
love
blackmail.
Me.
That's like bring the guy home to meet the parents kind of footage that's about to come out.
Videos.
If I ever get married, he is never, ever meeting my mom because she has so much dirt on me. It's kind of awful.
Well, this is the way I can make sure that you take care of me when I get old.
Yeah.
The blackmail.
Blackmail.
Watch your P's and Q's over there.
Yeah. I have the best mother ever. It's crazy. So,
good point.
Speaking of mothers, Denise Jonas is in town visiting Dani and Kevin, and they decide to go house hunting again. I thought they were moving to New York.
Yeah, I was not expecting them to look at houses, especially in the neighborhood kind of feel that they were trying to get away from, but
I feel like it was like they were looking at a house that was just like the one they already have.
Exactly.
But
I
with
thought
a bunch of weird people randomly there.
when they pulled up to the new house, I thought that that was their house with people outside.
But it was smaller too. Didn't it seem smaller from, I mean, at least what we saw from the outside? I was like, why? What are they doing?
I think they were looking for a bathroom because they didn't have bathrooms at the other
I was thinking that too. Maybe Kevin was like, we need a house hunt. There's too many people here and I need to use the bathroom instead of the tree outside.
Yeah.
Maybe
Don't want
he
to
just
shake my
started-
leg off every day.
Yeah, I just started visualizing, like, if that situation's not going to change, they're going to be doing that in, like, a penthouse in New
Manhattan,
York. Yeah.
there won't be any bathrooms to. I mean, he'd have to like pee out on the balcony or something.
Yeah, he'd
Yeah.
be.
Maybe
he'd be
they
scared.
can buy my mother's home on the Upper East Side of
yeah.
Manhattan because that's on the market.
They could.
I mean,
Apartment on the
worst comes to worst, if he moves to the other house in New Jersey, he could still pee on the tree outside. But when you pee on trees outside in New York, it's just a little weird. It's
And you'd probably get
creepy.
arrested.
Yeah.
So
Get a
Steer clear of
pedophile like thing on your.
Kevin could not go within 100 feet of a school.
But his fans.
Yeah.
Life ruined from peeing on a tree.
Yes. So they all show up to this new house that they're looking at, and it looks like the owners of the house were alerted that a celebrity couple was going to be visiting.
Oh, yeah.
And alerted the rest of the neighborhood.
Exactly.
How uncomfortable.
They had an entire school of children. I think Kevin alluded to being a Mormon because he said he finally got a taste of what it would be like to have 8 wives and
Yeah.
80 kids.
I mean, even the parents that were standing in there, they were just as starstruck. They kind of just stood there with the children and, like, had their phones ready. And, like, the one mom I remember in particular, when he was like, well, do you guys want to take pictures or something? She was like, yeah. Yeah. She was just nodding her head up and down. I was like, what is happening? This is so uncomfortable.
That's totally a suburban mom, though.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I definitely want to take pictures with a celebrity.
I know.
I don't know.
Get
All
that up on
excited about it.
Facebook right
Talk
away.
about it at book club.
I am a suburban mom, and I'm not starstruck.
You would take pictures with Kevin Jonas. You can tell us, Mama Kay. Come
You
on.
think?
She didn't know who he was.
I knew he was one of them, and I could see his picture.
I knew he was one of them. Did you know what the Jonas Brothers were, Mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
That okay?
Well, that's a step.
We're moving in the right direction.
I wonder what the real estate agent was thinking when she was trying to show that house, because I feel like you would have to know, okay, this isn't gonna work if all these people are here ambushing them while they're trying to look at a house, because they're not gonna be paying attention to the house itself, the crown molding, and if
Totally
the pipes
staged.
work and things like that. It just seemed so
Is there some
ridiculous.
sort of like real estate law where a real estate agent isn't allowed to disclose the identity of someone who's looking at a house?
I would hope so.
You'd think there would be, or there should be.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not like they're going in for a serious operation and they need to be incognito.
Yeah.
Yeah, but one of their main reasons was the privacy. They were on
Yeah.
the corner lot, you know, they were
But
getting a lot of
most
attention.
people, when they go look at a house, they want to get rid of the owners.
I know.
They
Because
don't
they
want-
want to envision
True.
themselves in that house. And it's safe to say that they did not purchase that house. I was like, why did they even go on tour of it? I would not feel comfortable
No.
with everyone knowing that I live there.
I
They
hear
probably just pictured all those kids just running around all the
Oh my
time.
God.
you. And telling all their
Stressful.
friends.
Well,
and,
if they want a family, that's probably a good neighborhood for them to be in because there's a ton of kids there.
Potential
true.
babysitters.
Yes, PBSers.
So, yeah, I don't think they're going to look at that house. We never got resolution this season as to where they're going to move, if they're going to move.
I feel like
kinda
we
left
haven't
it.
on a few things. They always keep going back to whether they're going to have a baby or not, too, and it's always talked about but never really talked about.
They never really talked about it this season, though.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
they
more
joked
last
about it
season.
once, but last season they talked about it a lot.
yeah,
And,
it was dropped this season a little bit, thankfully.
yeah.
And it's always online now. People are still like, oh, are they going to have the baby yet? But
And apparently they talked
guess
about it
not,
on
or
the Today
the
Show.
Today Show that they were on, they talked about it a little bit. But it was kind of the same thing, like, oh, we're thinking about it, but
Yeah.
I hope they do. It'd be so cute.
Yes.
Little baby J.
I always compare the Jonas Brothers to the Hanson brothers.
Oh my gosh.
And Hanson was like my jam when I was growing up. And it's crazy to think that they're all like married, have kids, and
Multiple kids, too. They have, like, I think all of them
That makes
have
me
like at
feel
least
old.
4, like a lot of children.
Maybe those were all the kids who were in the house when they went to.
They're reuniting the families together.
Yeah. That would be so cool if they went on tour together, did a collaboration. Hanson has a new song coming out. Check it out.
I thought they only did one song.
Well, this is
they're
the one that
so
they're known
much more
for.
than us.
So,
We can just keep that playing.
in the background. So speaking of songs and singles, Mikey gets some advice on his new single from Nick and another music producer. Got a little feedback. Turns out the vocals are better on this one. I didn't really have anything to compare it to, but
Okay, we'll take it.
I thought the vocals sounded good.
We trust Nick, so
Yeah.
if he says it's good and it's better,
Yeah.
we believe him.
what'd you think of the song, Mom?
It's not my vintage kind of song. It's not something that would be memorable to me.
What was the name of the song?
Oh, I have no idea.
Well,
That tells you
clearly it wasn't memorable.
how memorable it was.
People are gonna
That's
hate
true.
you, Mom.
Well, you know,
All of his fans.
But that's the thing, is there's such a high demand of like just kind of the top 40 radio hits that something like that will just unfortunately,
It'll
regardless
slide
if
out.
it's good or yeah, it's just gonna get washed away and kind of shoved under the rug because there's so much competition and there are a lot of great songwriters out there. But unfortunately, when you try to produce it yourself and it's you who, I mean, he does have a name for himself. I'm not trying to take that away from him, but he's not, you know, a John Mayer where you write good stuff like that and you sell it to him and let him do his thing
Yeah.
with it, you know.
And
But-
that's, I mean, we are in the day and age where there are more celebrities than there have ever been.
Yeah.
And it's easy and it's very difficult at the same time because you can be self-produced and, you know, become a huge YouTube celebrity and, you know, put out covers and get millions of hits and make 6 figures a year just off of those hits.
Yeah.
And then, you know, other people try to take like the route of the more traditional, like producing their own music and then trying to get it out there via CDs or iTunes or whatever. And it's hard.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many great opportunities for, you know, up-and-coming musicians and actors and actresses and stuff, but it kind of makes me sad because it kind of, I think, takes away from, you know, the greats, what they actually do and all of the hard work and the talent that they actually have is kind of diminished because it's just taken away by your saying, you know, the YouTube sensations.
I would
and stuff.
disagree because I think the YouTube, people always think that that's so easy to do and you can become this overnight celebrity, but really the people that are the most famous on YouTube are freaking hard workers. They put out a video every single week, and those videos, it's not like they're just sitting in front of their webcam. Usually it's they put hours of writing into it, or if they're a musician, they're learning the song and it takes them a
Right.
couple days, and then they, you know, want to remix it or whatever else, and that could be a full-time job.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely not taking that away from them. They definitely put their hours in and make the work count, but it just, I don't know, like you're saying, there's just so many now that it's not, the value isn't in like the rare selection of people because there's so many options and there's so many famous people, you know, quote unquote.
We're
So
almost
many ways to get
oversaturated
noticed.
with all of these
Yeah.
different people.
but at
so.
least these people have the opportunity to get their whatever they produce out in the real world.
Yeah.
You know, I could have wanted to be a rock star years ago, and it would have taken a lot more effort to try to get somebody, convince somebody to help me.
Yeah.
Here,
Yeah, now it's so
It's
much
awesome.
easier. You could use social media and just, you know,
so maybe I should
promote
quit
yourself.
my day job and just, you know, what do you think, Kat?
Become a rock star? What are you thinking?
I think we've gotten a little bit off topic. But speaking of going online, I just want to say a quick, if you're watching us on AfterBuzzTV.com or if you're watching us on YouTube, then please take 2 seconds and go over to our iTunes page. This is the last episode of Married to Jonas, but you can still click that subscribe button, rate and comment, and then AfterBuzz also has about 60 shows a week, so if you are a fan of anything on TV, we probably have an after show for you, and that includes Netflix and Hulu series, so definitely check it out. Check out our full lineup. Rate, comment, subscribe. 5
All of the
stars.
above.
Yes.
all of it.
Do it. And then also, very, very quickly, our boss has a movie coming out. So check it out. Adventures of Serial Buddies. It'll be available May 29th. It's absolutely hilarious. I've seen it like 6 times. And it's kind of like a Dumb and Dumber meets Dexter. So it's 2 dim-witted serial killers go on the road trip of a lifetime, kill some people along the way, but it's funny.
Interesting combination.
Yes.
But go see it.
Yes. Maria Menounos is in it. Henry Winkler, Artie Lang, Beth Bayers from Two Broke Girls. Ton of people. Kathy Lee Gifford from the Today Show.
Love her.
Great cast. So definitely check it out. AdventuresOfSerialBuddies.com.
Yeah.
Or SerialBuddies.com. Do it. Okay, so back to Married to Jonas after our 10-minute tangent on YouTube celebrities. So Mike gets some advice on his new single, and then we see a scene of the whole Jonas and Delisa clan at the Institute of Culinary Education, aka ICE, to test some recipes for Dani's Cosmo article. The day has finally come to do the article, or the episode, I guess.
It's finally here.
Yes.
Kind of crazy to think that we've basically been covering this one event in their life, like 3 episodes now, right?
Everything.
lot.
Half the
About
season.
that.
I genuinely feel like they had more episodes planned, and that this series or this season just got compact because they came back from South America so fast. Like, we didn't even see them come back.
Oh, yeah.
We know that there was a whole section where, you know, Dani said she had to leave, like go back to the States and then come back to South America to meet up with them again. And we didn't see any of that. It was just poof, we're back in the States.
Yeah.
Mikey broke his ankle or rolled his ankle. Like,
Yeah,
all
a
these
lot
things
of
just
things,
like
yeah.
very discombobulated. Like, they had to explain a lot in their interviews to catch us all up. Like, it almost seemed like we missed an episode.
Maybe it was like they had a few weeks off or something that they didn't film, or because I was thinking that too. They just jumped right back in, and I felt like they were covering the whole Cosmo article more than the tour itself, even though the tour would obviously be way longer than that. So
I do know that it probably was very expensive to have their entire production crew down in South America, because you really, like, you have to fly everyone in, get them all accommodations, get them a per diem, and that
Probably
adds
flying
up.
first class, too.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Well,
But
at least obviously them.
It adds up.
Yeah.
It really does add up, because you have, like, you don't think about how many people are actually on the production side. You have your EP, maybe 2 EPs, and then you have
Camera,
a million,
lighting,
like 3
audio.
to 5
people.
cameramen, 3 to 5 audio people. It adds
Lighting,
up.
PAs.
PAs. I mean, I'm sure you could find PAs there, but it might be hard to find PAs that speak English.
yeah, and if they're bouncing around so much, that might be hard.
Yeah.
It just seems like we saw a lot of things happen in their lives this season, but we never got explanations for anything. You know, it just kind of is what it is. It happened, and then they moved on to the next thing that happened. The only thing that they really kind of stayed on and covered is Cosmo.
Yeah. True dat.
Yeah.
Which we got to see in this episode.
Yes. So Dani says that she needs some help deciding on the menu for her Cosmo shoot, and enlists her family to help her out with some of the dishes.
They looked like they were having so much fun at that.
I saw, like,
Academy
Joe like
place.
threw some dough across on the. It was funny.
Yeah, it just seemed like that, the chemistry that they have together, it's kind of what I think wraps everyone
Whose chemistry?
in. The family.
The family, like everyone hanging out together.
No, not Joe and anyone in particular. Just the family, the chemistry that they all have. I think that's why they're so, like, attractive to fans, is because everyone's kind of like, I want to be a part of that family. Like, they look like they have so much fun together. They all love each other, obviously. You know, you just kind of want to be a part of it, and you want that kind of environment around you.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what people think about the Kardashians, but this is like a way better level of that.
Yeah,
'cause
it's a little
seems more
cleaner.
real,
Yeah.
and I don't know, less trashy. Is that the word I would? Or not like
A
trashy.
little cleaner.
Yeah.
A little more like family, like
yeah.
value, I guess.
Yeah. They have some crude humor in the Kardashian household that they share a lot. But, I mean, a lot of people say that the Kardashians were so relatable their first couple seasons because they were normal people, and now they live in a huge mansion and do photo shoots every day, and it's a little bit harder to relate to them.
How many bathrooms do they have compared
Probably
to these guys?
12.
16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's
Each.
I guess I mean the Kardashians are sexier is the word I would, or like, you know,
Are you saying that Kevin is
dang it? I can't say anything right.
Word vomit.
Kevin, you're sexy. Just kidding.
He's married. So yeah, it does seem like they're having a lot of fun, and I loved one of the things that we heard. We had Mikey in a couple weeks ago to do an interview, and he said that he can't cook at all. Maybe eggs was the only thing.
In a blender. Didn't he say that?
Yeah,
He was like,
I
"Oh, I
vaguely
just want to,
remember that.
I want to blend all my food together."
Yeah. But then we have Dina, who's like freaking Betty Crocker, and make it. What was she saying? She's like, I'm gonna make a blah, blah, blah,
Chicken marsala
with the sauce.
I
and the
was
mushroom sauce.
wow.
But the way she said it was so funny. Like, oh, no big deal.
Yeah.
You can cook for me any day.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Honestly.
But yeah, it looked delicious. Looked like they had a ton of fun making it. And we get to the Cosmo shoot, which most of the episode was centered around. And we have everything from, you know, what to wear, glass breaking, all that stuff. First off, the family gathers in the bedroom and talks about a little potential sex tape. That I don't know why that's not really awkward. I mean, they're talking about there was gossip that Joe had a sex tape out, and so they were just dispelling those rumors.
Can we point out that like that the way that Kevin did, like that was aired on CNN apparently? Like, is that really a CNN kind of topic that needs to be covered?
CNN needs to,
I mean,
figure out the line between getting like, I understand they want to draw people in, and they know that
they're trying to stay
a lot of people are
relatable.
interested in everything from potential sex tape to what's going on with Amanda Bynes to, you know, like all of those scandals. But at the same time, that is not newsworthy. There are so many other things going on in the world that need to be reported on over a false sex tape.
Well, and that's the thing, too. People turn, I think, to CNN for the facts. You're not going there for, you know, the rumors and the possibility of things happening. You're going there because you want answers and you want to know what's going on. You want to know the deal. So for a topic to be covered about Joe Jonas's potential sex tape, I just feel like it's just not worthy to be covered on CNN almost. You know, it's just not something that needs to be discussed, especially since it doesn't even exist. Like,
and they should just leave that to EDs and Access Hollywood and all the other, you know, there's so many other news outlets that cover that sort of stuff in particular. And CNN is like where you get hurricane coverage and, you know,
maybe
politics.
there wasn't a big enough hurricane that day.
Yeah,
they didn't have enough
day for them.
Bad.
CNN covers news worldwide. Something happened that day.
I'm
that
sure.
story probably should have deserved the extra 2 minutes of coverage that went elsewhere.
Yeah, I agree.
So it was awkward, however, though. Like, it seemed kind of weird. They're all in the bedroom.
Someone's bedroom having this conversation.
Yes.
Shooting down rumors.
Yes. So, the Cosmo shoot. Glass breaks everywhere.
And wax.
It looked like it was going off to a good start. Like, there were some cute shots between Dani and Kevin, and then crash.
I mean, I can't believe that Dani handled it the way that she did, just because we've seen her anxiety kind of get the best of her, especially last season. And I thought that it was just simply glass that broke, which, cool, it's broken glass. Like Kevin said, it's just stuff, clean it up. But the fact that wax got over everything, like, that's a completely different story, especially if they have material chairs and stuff around the table.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
just
understand.
such a headache.
How did wax get everywhere? Were there candles on the table, and then, like, the glass came down?
I don't know. I was trying to figure that out, too. Did the lamp, like, something drop from the lamp, or a lamp fell over?
The lamp had candles in it. Is that weird?
So.
Like hanging chandelier kind of?
I think it was just like a normal, you know, ceiling lamp, and then
It had to be something that hit something on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, knock the candle off.
Yikes. Not good.
They did cut right to Dani's face, though, and she didn't look happy. Saw the
But would they
stress
have
level.
candles on a shoot?
Why would they have lit candles on the table? Yeah, during a shoot. Doesn't make sense.
Maybe someone was waxing some part of their body, and it was.
I blame that random blonde lady.
That's the Kardashian. Yeah, who was that random blonde lady? Did you notice that? There was so Danica and I. She was like the Where's Waldo in this episode because she was literally everywhere during the Cosmo shoot, and we could not figure out who she was.
Well, we figured kind of she must work for Cosmo,
yeah.
but they're taking pictures, and she's just like randomly
She's in there
standing
with
next
Dani
to
and
them.
Kevin, and then she was helping clean up. And
Maybe she brought the wax.
I think so. Let's just blame her.
She's the wax lady.
She had to have been like an editor, you know, so it's like Kevin and Dani Jonas featured with so-and-so in the photo.
Or maybe she was just another stylist, or maybe she was a food person. I don't know.
I don't know.
A
wax lady.
That answer for
Wax
you.
lady.
A stalker.
It was her fault.
So, what to wear was a big part of the episode too. Finding an outfit, the perfect outfit for any occasion, can be difficult, but finding one for one of your first photo shoots is a daunting task.
And can be extremely emotional, we
Yes.
find out.
Yeah, poor Katie.
So Katie comes out in a dress, and they tell
That
her
you have.
she looks like a stripper. And I have that dress in black, red, and
So is there something?
You forgot to mention that earlier.
Shouldn't you be in Vegas this week?
That's what I was about to ask.
so
Is there something you want to tell me?
well,
You're in a safe zone here, Kathy. Go ahead and
AfterBuzz doesn't pay me much, so
There is a table between the two of us, so I can't exactly jump over there and wring your neck.
no, I just think it's a cute dress, and I don't wear it stripping.
I have to say, though, I love the way that Mikey pointed out. Not only did they say, you know, like, that's like a slutty dress or something, but he's like, I feel like your name should be
I
Cinnamon.
loved that. That's the PG version.
I was like, that's awesome that he actually just gave you a stripper name.
I actually, if you go back to last after show, wore the red dress, I think,
Did
on
you?
our last after show.
I think you did wear it last week, and I complimented you on it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you look like a stripper.
A hooker.
Like, damn, girl, you look hot.
Like a hot hooker.
Yeah.
So
A very high class, well paid,
an expensive,
escort.
yeah. Okay, I'll take it.
Slash host.
Hooker host.
Slash host.
Ho host.
Okay, so the dress is from American Apparel in case any other hookers out there want to buy it.
If you get 3, do you get a discount?
No.
Hey, you might have
get the
just
third
answered a
color
lot
free.
of questions because on the
Yeah.
shows, I think her mom was like, "Where did you get that dress?"
I know, and I
you're
was
like, "I know."
I know where it's from. So Katie's really self-conscious during this whole episode, and I mean, I remember what I was like at her age. I remember being very self-conscious wherever I went, and it's tough, like, especially to have, while you're feeling those feelings, to have everyone in your family making fun of you for it. Like, they all know that it's a touchy subject, yet every single person had a comment,
Yeah.
and that's not going to make it better.
So we're saying that this is a wonderful, loving family, and they're ragging on each other there.
But, I mean, we
But
rag
that's-
on each other.
No, we
love
don't.
each
We
other.
love each
You
other.
called me a D-bag the other day.
And you talked about possibly jumping over the table to wring her neck a few seconds ago.
I have to say that the joke she made earlier was that we were all sluts.
I would never say such a
In
thing.
context, it was very funny, but
I mean, it's hard, though, if you
She's so
think about it, especially because, like, the last thing that you want, even if you don't look pretty, you want to feel pretty at least so that you can present that confidence, you know?
Yeah.
And with everyone, even if she did actually look really pretty, if she's not feeling it, that just sucks for her because it's just taking her entire self-esteem down, you know, and it's coming from all the people like, yeah, if it comes from your brother and your sister, that's whatever. And then dad's always going to be tough on you because he wants you to be wearing like a garbage bag so that nothing's exposed. But then even then the mom jumps in on it and she was
says that
standing
you're
up
too
for it
conservative
before.
now. Like,
Yeah, she's like, did you get that from my closet?
yeah.
And she's like,
And no daughter
"Really?"
wants to hear that.
No.
Stay out of my closet, Kathy.
And she looked cute in every single outfit that she had on. It's unfortunate that, like,
Yeah.
she ended up having, I would probably have a meltdown.
Yeah.
I've had meltdowns over clothes before.
It happens.
Yeah,
It's a girl problem.
yeah. We're all a little
Exactly.
self-conscious.
Amen.
So,
God, that got so solemn really quickly.
it did.
It's a sensitive
true.
topic for us.
It is.
Women
and
issues.
It's hard, but Charles, the Cosmo stylist, added a little
Came to save the day.
fun
Dun, dun,
to the
dun.
shoot. Maybe not so much fun, but he goes in and tells
Yeah, I
Dina
don't
that
know.
all her clothes are hideous and she should burn them.
That's fun.
So rude, by the way. And he was tossing some of the stuff. I was like, oh, that's a cute white blazer. And then, no, burn this.
He's
It's
like,
ugly.
you shouldn't even own this.
Oh, and then she jokingly says, oh, should I just wear this bed sheet out there? And he's like, it's a lot better than what you have, or
my
something
gosh.
along those lines.
I mean, thanks for being honest, but you could be a little nicer. Like, sugarcoat that just a little bit because we're not related.
I'm surprised Dina didn't go and have a meltdown. Like, I would have a meltdown after that. But
Even Bucky was annoyed by Charles. I felt like he was like, ugh.
It's like, I'm wearing a blue shirt.
to wear.
because guys are like, a shirt is a shirt is a shirt.
Yeah.
But for girls, it's a little bit different.
He's also
But
all
It's
annoyed.
entirely different.
It's
by
kind
his
of funny
family.
how all season long, all we talk about is how cute their clothes are and how perfect their hair and makeup is. And then this random Charles boy comes in and tears it all apart.
Come on, Charles.
Yes.
Get it together.
He doesn't know. Because he's a boy.
I loved when, wait, was it Dina? She went up to Dani and she's like, let's get you ready for your Cosmo shoot. And she like pulled her zipper down. I was like, yes, that's awesome.
Dina is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, I think she is the comedic relief throughout this entire season and last season.
Yeah, favorite sibling.
Yeah.
I feel like she's a lot like her dad.
Yeah.
And the other two are more like the mom.
Yeah.
Or three. How many? There's so many people. I
know.
don't even know.
Can't keep them all straight.
All those kids.
Italians.
Yes. So they take some more pictures and eat some food. And it looks like it all went well. No tears at the table.
Or at least in the parts they aired. There
Yes.
could have
Yeah.
been tears and they cut it out.
Yeah. But the photo shoot comes to an end, and pretty much the season does as well. Mikey announces he's officially moving and packs up his bags, and it's a very somber moment for the family because he's moving all the way across country to LA.
Bucky's confessional was adorable, I have to say. For
It
him
was
to
really
get
cute.
choked up like that, I was like, oh.
It's his only son.
I know, it was so cute. He was like, are you sure you don't want to stay here and be a teacher?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Keeping the kids close.
Going to LA, staying and being a teacher in New Jersey. You know?
Tough one. Tough.
Yeah.
How will a young man ever decide?
I think he made his
I
decision.
think he decided. Bucky just needs to come out here with his gelato.
Yes, bring gelato. It might melt on the way. But the whole family gathered, and it was really sad. They're all crying. And that was the end of the season.
The end.
The end.
Yeah. Very
But it was
fitting.
good that they were showing emotion.
Well, yeah, obviously. She didn't cry when I moved to LA, so.
I said,
didn't?
see ya.
Don't
I was
forget your
gonna
bags on
say.
the way
No,
out.
I actually drove out here with her.
Yeah, she did. She was a good mom.
You really didn't cry?
No.
Or in
Because-
front of her?
Well, I mean, I cry over a lot of things, but she's coming to move to LA so that she could experience what she wanted to in life and be here,
Yeah.
meet people, do things, and those are not things she could do in the old country.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that way I get extra bathrooms.
yeah. You don't have to move.
You're like,
sell
go
your
ahead,
house
move
now."
out.
And
I just wish all of her furniture left so there wasn't so much stuff at
I
home.
still have a lot of stuff at home that I haven't gotten rid of.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, I'll come home and then clean out my room and whatever else, but never seems to happen.
Mine stayed too. Don't
Never
worry.
get any
Don't
time
feel
off.
bad.
Yeah, but she's still out here a lot. Probably, what was it, 3 times in the past 2 months?
Something like that.
Oh, that's awesome. I don't feel bad then because my mom's on the same track.
Yeah, so we still see
It's
each other.
nice to visit.
She's gonna move out here soon too.
And it's nice
When
to
I make
go
babies.
back home. Oh, that.
That's going to happen soon. Did we just get an AfterBuzz exclusive?
no,
No.
it'll be like another decade.
Yeah.
So
Whatever.
I'm right by my nest. I'm like an hour away from home.
I
so
know.
I never had that dramatic saying goodbye to the family thing.
yeah, I think you cried when I went to college.
No, I recall. I remember when we were discussing whether I wanted to cry or you wanted to cry, and neither of us did. But as a single parent, the rule is that you cry when your kid graduates from college.
Yeah.
So that's when I was sad.
Yeah.
Because then you were kind of done with me. But then you moved home, so you were kind of done with me.
Wow.
We are again getting off topic.
We are.
Yes.
So that wraps up this season of Married to Jonas. We do have a little bit of news to leave off with.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So, first off,
Oh, my news?
Yes.
Well, I forget what I was going to say because I was going to talk about the Today Show because I saw that Kevin and Dani went on the Today Show last week. But it's kind of everything we've been talking about before, you know, the puppies, how they pee everywhere, how they have been
Like
thinking
Kevin.
about I know, like, maybe the babies are taken after the dad. Who knows?
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was kind of just the same stuff as usual. I felt like nothing super like juicy gossip sex tape, nothing like crazy. It was a lot of baby talk, maybe moving.
Maybe baby.
Maybe baby.
Maybe, baby.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
And then another piece of news and gossip is that Joe Jonas was actually volunteering to help out with, you know, all of the stuff that happened this week. And he was doing like the ground relief efforts over in Oklahoma and more.
Yeah, he tweeted a couple pictures too. That was awesome.
So another piece of news and gossip is Nick Jonas, one of the other Jonas brothers, was just announced that he is going to co-host the next Miss USA pageant.
Really?
So
With who?
with Juliana Rancic from E. So
Keeping it in the E family.
keeping it in the E family, and if Nick is truly single, he will have his pick of 50
My
ladies.
goodness.
I think maybe you guys should
51
come
actually,
back
I
from
think.
Vegas, you know, for that.
I think there are actually. It is in Las Vegas.
Oh,
Did you know that?
What? I did not. So I
Yeah.
figured just go hang out there a little longer.
Let's go. I'm just kidding. Why
Well,
not?
according to my mom, all of the sluts are in Vegas, and why aren't we there?
It will be after Memorial Day,
And-
so we'll just be kind of sluts
and
if
what
we
about
go.
that dress? How many colors does it come in?
Well, I have 3, so, one for each of us. Yeah.
Boom.
Does it come in any
Done.
other colors? I mean, I might want to
I
join
think
you.
And our last piece of news and
successfully
gossip.
silenced Cathy temporarily.
Yeah, the last piece of news and gossip is congratulations are in order because Married to Jonas was nominated for a Teen Choice Award for
Yay.
Best Reality Show.
And we think they could win.
We think they could win. They are up against Dance Moms, Here
No.
Comes Honey Boo Boo,
No.
Keeping Up with the Kardashians, those hookers, and, and Tia and Tamara. So it looks like they have a pretty good shot.
Fans will pull them through.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if we have any predictions. I guess we could leave off with predictions for the potential
Predict
season
it will
3.
come back.
You predict
Yes.
that there'll be another season.
We predict it'll
Yeah.
come back. We predict that eventually Kevin and Dani will have kids.
Make babies.
Yeah. We predict that eventually this Cosmo article will come out. So
Yeah.
It should.
that is the end of our season 2 after show for Married to Jonas. If you would like to follow us in the meantime until season 3, where can they find you, Danica?
You can find me on Twitter at Danica Kennedy and danicakennedy.com.
You guys can follow me on Twitter as well at Samantha_Laich, Laich.
And I know my mom has Twitter, Instagram, Vine because she's a cool mom.
Yeah. Probably the easiest is at Kovacs_Liz.
Okay. And you can follow me on Twitter at Cathy Kelley. You can also find me here doing other AfterBuzz shows along with some of these other girls. Chatting with Cathy. We just had a couple more episodes, so check that out. And you can follow all of us here at AfterBuzz TV, at AfterBuzz TV on Twitter. So until next season, bye.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff. We would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.